All right, family. So I'm just scrolling on Facebook late night. I was watching a video, and I had come across a buddy of mine's post. Um, so it's this gentleman, goes by the name of Robert Smalls. So let's get into it. In honor of Black History Month, I am about to blow your mind by telling you about the most badass historical figure you've never learned about in school. If you've heard of him, then you probably already know who I'm about to say. If you haven't, then you're not going to believe that nobody ever told you about Robert Smalls, this guy. Let's get into it. Robert Smalls was born into slavery on a South Carolina plantation. As a youth, he was permitted to go to Charleston and work, though he was forced to send most of his wages back to his master, which doesn't make sense. How are you going to be a slave? You're working for somebody, and then you got a job somewhere else. You got to give your whatever. Who cares? Whatever. He began taking jobs at the docks in Charleston Harbor, and later on some ships that came and went from the port. By the time the Civil War came back around, Smalls had become an experience. Oh shit! What am I reading? Hold on. If anybody's heard of him, then you probably already know who he is. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. He began taking jobs at the docks. Yeah, when the Civil War came back around, he began taking jobs at the dock in Charleston Harbor, and later on, some of the ships that came and went from the port. By the time the Civil War came around, Smalls had become an experienced seaman, so he was assigned to steer a Confederate naval vessel called the Planter. Based out of Charleston, the crew consisted of a few white officers and a number of slaves. All right, so sorry for that mumbo jumbo hoopla. But so by the time the Civil War came back around, Smalls was an experienced seaman from working on the docks in Charleston. Okay, the crew consisted of a few white officers, so you got some big white heads of the Confederacy, which doesn't make any sense, but let's continue. And the number of slaves doesn't say black, white, whatever. Let's assume that they are white / black. Who knows? They just say slaves. But okay, we know slave, the Slavs, but let's go on. Smalls went to great lengths to show the Confederates that he was trustworthy and content. They never knew that he was hatching an elaborate plan to escape from slavery and deal a blow to the Confederacy, and that he had secretly recruited most of the enslaved crew in his plot. Then one night, when the Planter had docked in Charleston with a shipment of heavy guns abroad, Smalls put his plan into action. When the officers went ashore for the evening and left the ship in the care of the enslaved crew, Smalls led them in hijacking the vessel. They made one stop at another dock to pick up the family members of Smalls and other crew members who waited in hiding after being notified of the scheme in advance. They weren't in the clear yet, though. All right, well, let me just recap this last paragraph. So, basically, this man Smalls, he had a big scheme plan. Now, they don't say where this scheme or plan came from, but you know what I mean? I guess we can search more after I'm done reading this to get into, Mr. Smalls and who even thought, who gave him this idea of like, for what reason would he be turning his back on the Confederacy? So I guess they docked up for the night. The big boys, they trusted him enough. They were like, hey, we're just gonna go kick it for the night. You feel me? You handle this, we'll be back in the morning. And he was like, yes, sir, gotcha. I'm here for you. And then once they, you feel me? You know how it be. Your parents leave the house finally. You like, all right, you know what I mean? Let's get to it, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So this is basically what happened here. And for whatever reason, he was able to get everybody else on board. Who knows? Well, let's continue. They weren't in the clear yet, though, because they still had to sail past a number of Confederate checkpoints on their way to freedom. But Smalls had a plan for that, too. He had been watching the captain and learning the hand signals he used at the checkpoints. Donning the captain's uniform and trademark straw hat. Straw hat? No naval? All right, let me not. Okay. Donning the captain's uniform and trademark straw hat, he guided the planter past 5 Confederate harbor forts by impersonating the captain and displaying the correct signals. By the time anyone realized the planter had gone missing, it was too far gone to catch. He had his crew replace the Confederate flags aboard the ship with white ones, and they were intercepted by a Union vessel who saw the white flags just before they were about to fire. The Union sailors were perplexed by... Peep this, okay? This is the nail right here. They slipped up in saying this guy. Listen, the Union sailors were perplexed by the sight of an all-black crew until Robert Smalls came forward and shouted, "Good morning, sir. I brought you some of the old United States guns, sir," and then asked the Union sailors to give him a United States flag to raise up on the planter. So this man got an all-black crew, got all niggas, okay, representing the Confederacy, fighting the Union, okay, the U.S. Union, okay. So Mr. Robert Smalls here was an op. He was an op. He was an op. He was an op. Listen, the Union, so when he ran into the Union, they were perplexed to see an all-black crew. They're like, yeah, what's going on here? What y'all gonna kill us? Y'all coming here for battle? And here comes old Tom, Robert Tom Smalls. Top of the morning, sir. Hi, how you doing? Name's Robert Smalls, okay? Got a whole ship here for you. You know, I'm here for, battle. I'm here to join you guys. Here's some guns, okay? I want y'all to win this thing, huh? Bro, excuse me? He's an, good morning, sir, bro. No shot, right? So let's continue, man. Robert Smalls' story would be amazing if it ended there. Amazing to who? The Union? Oh, all right. It does not end there, though. This makes me so mad, but y'all need to know this, okay? Y'all got to understand. Y'all see these Confederate flags and whatnot. People being what you deem is racist, but these people don't even know what they got going on. Half the people you see flying that stuff is trash, trailer trash, that don't have any idea about anything. And if they go back and look or whatever, maybe they do. My grandpa fought for the Confederates. Hey, these niggas don't have, man, I don't even have a clue, okay? What do I know? So the story would be amazing if it ended there, but it doesn't. After receiving a large sum of prize money for his delivery, he entered into service with the Union Navy. He was an op, bro. He was an op. This nigga went from the Confederacy to the Union and got paid. They were like, oh, okay, we can trust you. Surprised he ain't turn on them. Who was his master teacher, huh? Who, let him in? Or he just, maybe he just devised a scheme like, I'm going to live a better life. Wow, man. So it really shows you, yo. And he duped everybody. Did everybody else get blessed? I guess not, because they were the freaking, what's it called? Sorry, I got to come back to this. Okay? So, after receiving a large sum of money, prize money for his delivery, he entered into service with the Union as a pilot on several vessels, including the repurposed Planter. In this role, he removed mines that he had helped lay as a slave and participated in a number of sea battles. During one of the battles, the fighting grew so intense that the captain of the planter hid in the interior of the ship and ordered the crew to surrender. Fearing that the black crewmen would be enslaved or killed if captured, Smalls refused to surrender. Instead, he took command of the ship and navigated the planter through the Confederate onslaught to safety. Because of his bravery, Smalls was promoted to captain himself, becoming one of the highest ranking and highest paid black officers in the Civil War. This man was an op. Good, congrats though, okay? He ain't coward, okay? He already knew. He probably knew because he was like, bro, I've been through like UK. I am the Confederacy. Literally. Smalls leveraged his resulting fame into social activism. Now, I'm pretty sure I read the rest of this, and this is just some bull crap. Whatever. Got into, you'll see. Smalls leveraged his resulting fame into social activism, throwing his support into an initiative to educate former slaves and becoming literate himself. In most Confederate states, it was illegal to teach a black person to read. I really don't know what to say about that. They like to think that niggas were illiterate and niggas couldn't read, niggas couldn't write, but niggas had a totally different language in their bullshit ass English that don't even make sense. Half the sentences be backwards as fuck. But let's continue. While riding a streetcar in Pennsylvania, he was ordered to give up his seat to a white passenger. Smalls left the car. Rather than suffer the indignity of being forced to ride on an overflow platform, when word got out that a decorated hero of the Civil War had been humiliated thusly, it prompted a backlash that led to the integration of the public transportation in Pennsylvania. So they, whatever. But like, okay, but he still wasn't finished. So what? They put more buses on the street because this nigga was original Rosa Parks. They were like, oh my God, he helped establish America. We can't, our war heroes. Suck a dick, bro. Crazy. And this nigga's being praised as, oh, he's Black History Month. This fuck ass month. That's crazy. Black History Month, niggas live in a whole house full of black history. Have no idea nor care. Whatever. Niggas want to be proud of a month, be proud of your whole life, existence, and standing. But let's continue. But Robert Smalls still wasn't finished. He entered into politics, serving in the South Carolina legislature before becoming one of the first black people elected in the U.S. House of Representatives in 1874. And he remained active in public life into the 20th century. In 1913, he prevented lynching of two black men accused of murder in his town by warning the mayor that that the local black population would burn the city to the ground if that was not stopped. Thanks for not having, that's kind of okay, but like, whatever. Did they not hang him because of this nigga? Whatever, man. This is just me showing that the rest of this is just a bunch of bullcrap. And the plantation where Smalls had grown up, a slave, he purchases after the war and lived there until his death in 1915. The monument at his grave is inscribed with the quote, "My race needs no special defense, for the past history of them in this country proves them to be the equal of any people anywhere. All they need is an equal chance in the battle of life." And that is the story of the great American hero, Robert Smalls, known by too few people today. I hope this post inspires some folks to learn more about his impressive life. Who posted this? Thick ass shit. Jason Rains from Georgia. Look at that neck. Let's not. Crazy, bro. Ready? So my boy reposted this, and like he always like, okay, let me scroll some other stuff. Goku never beat Vegeta. Stuff like this, Jiraiya entering the Hidden Rain, Pain entering the Hidden Leaf. And it was like, what's up? I'm finna kill all y'all. But as you can see, like he shared this. Apparently there was a Phase 10, the original Uno game, but they chose to name it Uno, blah, 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 blah. They want us to hate each other. Don't let them win. Okay, so whoa, guy. But you know what I mean? He shares good stuff. 90, okay, like I used to want to make people. Okay, this is a good one. I used to want to make the people I love happy. Now I just want to make the people that love me happy. That's the difference. Does a huge difference. But nonetheless, I was just scrolling, and then I just happened to come by this, and I was just like, man, let's just see what they're talking about, right? Come to find out, learned about a new op. Robert Smalls. Crazy, man. As a youth, he was permitted to go. Crazy, right? Okay, so Robert Smalls. Yeah, all right, ready? So let's actually, right? So he was in Congress in the House of Representatives in 1874. I just happened to be looking up Silas Jefferson, Chief, what's his name? Wynn Clan Chief, the Wynn Clan Chief. In 1835, so 40 years apart. So this man would have been, my guy here would have been 40, whatever, when he was in there in the House of Representatives. That's crazy. So the thing about it was this Chief Silas Jefferson guy, this guy was a part of the Confederacy as well. He was part of the Confederacy as well. And okay, this man was part of the Confederacy. He was a black man. He wasn't white. There was a white officer, yeah. But this man was part of the Confederacy along with his whole ship. All niggas, part of the Confederacy. Pulled up on a Union ship. They seen an all-black crew. They seen an all-black Confederate ship. They was like, oh, shit, we got to blow that thing up. But old Uncle Tom over here, top of the morning, fellas. Hey, I got a ship full of Negroes here that you can take captive, take over onto the other side, all of them ready. They want to come and they want to fight for you in the United States. Op, bro. Whole op. Robert Smalls. Okay, ready? So I want to. Robert Smalls. Hold on. Who influenced Robert Smalls? What effect did the Civil War have on Robert Smalls? Was enslaved by African American who escaped the freedom and he became a successful businessman, politician, serving in both houses. Blah, 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 blah. I want to know what convinced him to, okay? Freaking PBS.org. Get out of here, boy. Now they're saying that he only used the codes at 2 ships or 2 ports, whatever. In fewer than 4 hours, Robert Smalls had done something unimaginable. In the midst of the Civil War, this black male slave had commandeered a heavily armed Confederate ship and delivered 17 black passengers, 9 men, 5 women, 3 chosen from slavery to freedom. That is bullshit right there. Wow. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because he still fought under the Confederacy. And this shit is fucking retarded. Niggas, man. I hope y'all can, derive what you can about it. I'm not really, dropping no heat like that, but I just figured that I'd show you in plain sight how they're trying to dupe us and to perpetuate and then believe in this fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking to see, trying to see, who made, what made him want to go over to the Union? Was it because it says here only whites could rank. He was slotted as a wheelman. Smalls not only acts the part, he looks it as well. He is often teased about his resemblance to Captain Matt. It is in his skin, his frame, or both. The true joke, though, Smalls is a spring for the officers. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find out why